The county sent a notice. They said we have 10 days, or it's 25 a day, and they can remove it themselves.
They're going to take the Suburban just because it's sitting in your own barn?
My husband drove this across the country. It's the last thing from that life, and I can't just let it go like that.
Then we're not letting them take it. We're bringing it back.
Okay.
The moment she told me the county was giving them just 10 days before daily fines started stacking up, I stopped seeing that dusty old Suburban as just another forgotten vehicle and started seeing it as something time had been protecting for decades. And before we go any further, comment where you are watching from, because this story started in rural Ohio, but it belongs to anyone who has ever held on to something they were not ready to lose. Her name was Eleanor. She was 91 years old, and her husband James was a Korean War veteran who spent most of his life working as a mechanic. That 1970s Chevy Suburban sitting in that collapsing wooden barn was the same truck he used to drive their family across multiple states. Camping trips, long highways, and quiet Sunday drives that slowly became memories instead of routines. After he passed, she told me she could not even walk into that barn anymore because everything inside still felt like him. So the truck sat there untouched for nearly 40 years, buried under dust, straw, and silence. But now the county had flagged the property during a routine inspection and labeled the vehicle as a non-compliant hazard, which meant if nothing changed, they could legally remove it and bill her for it. And that was the part that didn't sit right with me. Not because of the rule itself, but because of what it ignored. So I asked her if she would let me try, and she nodded without saying much. We started by clearing decades of debris off the body, blowing away thick dust that had settled into every gap and corner. And as water finally touched the surface again, the original paint slowly came back to life underneath years of neglect. Not perfect, not new, but real. Inside, we carefully cleaned out the interior, removing what time had left behind while keeping everything that still told a story. Even the engine, a Chevy 350 V8, showed signs of life in some areas and damage in others. Enough to know it would not be simple but not impossible either. And when she saw it sitting there again, cleaner, visible, present, she held onto her cane a little tighter and just stared at it without speaking for a long moment. And that was when I realized this was never about fixing a vehicle. It was about giving someone a chance to face a memory without losing it to a rule. So now I want to ask you something, and I want you to really think before you answer. If the law says something has to go, but that thing is the last piece of someone's life, do you follow the rule or do you protect the memory? And why?